got your own style, that's just slang for you, ain't got it though. Talking like you got it, that's a problem, I might let them know. Squeeze you like I'm Elsa, so I let it go. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo, head to toe. Said you got your own style, that's just slang for you, ain't got it though. Talking like you got it, that's a problem.
We back in business, y'all. We back in business. Oh, I'm so excited. I'm actually excited. So what's good, YouTube? What's good, y'all? What's good? I hope everybody is doing blessed because I'm doing blessed. My mood is like at 1,000 right now. Today, we are going to be doing a story time video. So something new. So we're going to be talking about the time I got stalked on my way home. Bruh. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to follow me on my social medias. I'm gonna leave it down below. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe and click that post notification bell for more videos. Yeah, I'm gonna say this story happened around like 2 years ago. It all happened when I made my first mistake, which was leaving my friend at the time, I'm gonna say my friend at the time, leaving my friend's house at about 1, I think, in the morning. Like, I would say I was about 18, 19, so for a female, leaving at 1 o'clock in the morning is just not it. Especially going far. Where I was, to get home, it was about 2 buses, I think, 2 trains, like 2 different train lines. And I think a next bus, like, it was a journey to get home. So that was my first mistake, leaving at 1 o'clock in the morning. So I leave my friend's house and I finally get to this station. If you guys live in Toronto, you guys know Don Mills Station. Don Mills Station. So I get to this station and I'm waiting for my bus. I check the bus time. Bus says it's like 5 minutes, I guess. So I'm sitting down with my headphones in, and me, I always have my headphones in. I don't leave my house without my headphones. Like, my headphones is my biggest, like, blockout. Biggest blockout. Like, the biggest way I block out people. So I have my headphones in and I'm sitting down, blasting music, you know, in my own party. And I'm sitting there not really paying attention to people because I also don't pay attention to people. So I finally see my bus coming and I get up and I, you know, walk over to my bus stop, and 85 bus runs all night. So I wasn't worried about the bus not being there or whatever. I'm waiting in line, like there's like this lineup for the bus. So I'm waiting there and I see this one guy, he's kind of walking around people, and I see he's walking a little too close to people, a little too close. So I'm just kind of watching him because I'm like, yo, you better not come too close to me. Like, you must stay over there. So I'm kind of just watching him, corner of my eye, but like not watching him too hard. My bus comes and I go on the bus, and he also comes on the bus, and I go and I sit in the very back of the bus. And I can see where I sit, I could see all the way down to the front of the bus. And the bus I went on is one of those extended buses. So I could see all the way down that bitch. So I see him, he goes, like, these buses have two doors in the back. So he's at the one in the middle. Like, he goes to the door in the middle. And I just kind of just still peeping him. I have my headphones in, still blasting, you know, having my own party, whatever. So I kind of just get this little voice in my head saying, you know, maybe you should get off the bus. Just get off the bus, wait for another one. But now I'm just like, I don't know if I'm tripping because I have anxiety. Like, I have really bad anxiety. It's not bad anymore, thank God. Like, I actually found a way to control it. But at the time, my anxiety was just next level. I couldn't even go on packed buses. Like, I hate people. You know, I have this voice in my head, and I'm just like, I don't know if I'm tripping. I don't know if it's, you know, my vibe telling me get off, or if it's just my anxiety playing with me. So I see the voice get stronger and stronger, and I'm getting like this really bad feeling in my chest. So I get off the bus. So I get off the bus and I go straight to where the bus time was because I wanted to know when my next bus was coming. Like, it's late. I think it was around, like, I'd say 1:30 now. So I go check my bus time, but by the time I get to my bus, like where the bus time was, I see the bus pulling in. So I was like, okay, great. So I see the bus that I came off pull off. I see it drive away. And I'm like, okay, all right, cool. Bus is gone. Then boom, I see the same guy that was on the bus, the same guy I was having those bad feelings with, he's off the bus too. So I'm just like, okay. So now I'm just like, all right. Like, now I'm full alert because I'm just like, okay, that makes no sense. Like, that's not making no sense. So I see like he's off the bus too, and I'm just like, all right, like, why you not on that bus that just left? So I'm like, yo, I don't know what to do. Like, I don't know what to do. Like, I just kind of just tripping in my head. But I'm in the station. I seen it as I'm in the station. There's people here, you know. If anything were to go down, I assumed people would help me, you know? So my next bus finally comes, pulls up. I go on the bus now, and I sit right in front of the door because I'm like, okay, like, why did this guy... I'm just having a bunch of questions going on in my head. So I'm sitting right in front of the door, and I see him come on the bus too. So I'm like, okay. This nigga's definitely following me. Like, you following me. Like, why are you following me, you know? But I still, you know, had that what if in my head. So I'm sitting on this bus now, and I'm sitting there for about like 2 minutes, I'd say. And once again, I start getting that vibe saying, get off the bus, get off the bus, get off the bus. So I'm like, why do I keep getting this voice in my head telling me to get off the bus? So, and I never had this happen before. Like, I've never had this voice in my head tell me get off the bus. I never been in a situation where I literally needed to get out of where I was, I guess. I don't know how to explain it. I just never been in this situation before, okay? Once again, I'm like, okay, you know, first time you weren't tripping clearly. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna get off the bus again. So I get off the bus, and I'm like, this time I'm just gonna go to a different bus because clearly this nigga wants to take this bus. So I'm like, all right, go take your bus, like, do your thing. So I go to the bus time, and I see, thank God, there was one more express bus running. Like, at the time the bus was 190, so it's like, yeah. All right, like, the only problem with the 190, it turns on a specific street, and I needed to go further down, but I was like, I don't care, like, it's an express bus, so I guess I'm just gonna take the express bus. When it gets to that stop where it turns, I'm just gonna get off and then, you know, hop on the 85 and then go my way. Clearly not. I'm waiting for the express bus now, and the express bus comes. And I'm like, okay, express bus is here. I go on the express bus. I'm sitting there, and I'm like, all right, he's gone. Like, I'm not, like, you know, I don't look for problems. I try to avoid them the best I can. I hate problems. Like, I just hate problems in general. Whatever you think a problem is, I hate it. So I'm on the express bus now, and I see it's like, you know, around, I guess, 1:50, almost 2, not really sure what time it was. So I text my one girl, and I'm like, let me just text her to see if she's up. So I text her, and then I'm waiting for her to reply, and then she finally replies, and she's like, yeah, like, I'm up, whatever. So I'm like, lit. I text her, and I'm like, yo, like, I don't know if this guy is following me. Like, I was just on the 85, and I was on the first bus, and I came off. Then he comes off. Then I go on the second 85. He comes on the bus, and then I come off, and I don't know where he is now. Who told me to say that? Who do I see? Same guy. Walk on the 190 now. And okay, now I'm tripping because I just like, okay, like, you were just on the 85. Why the fuck are you on this bus? Why are you on this bus? You want some weirdo shit. So, bruh, like, I told my girl call me. So I'm like, you call me because I want my phone to ring. Like, I want this to get hear my phone ring. She calls me and I made sure my volume on my phone was up. So she calls me and then I answer. So I'm on the phone with her now and I'm like, yo, I'm on the 190 and like this guy, like, I told her again, I'm like, yo, this guy's following me. Like, yo, he's on the 190 with me. And he's standing near the door. Like, he's standing near the front door of the bus. So, and I'm sitting in the back once again. I always sit in the back of the bus. Like, I don't care. Like, that's my go-to spot. So I'm like, yo, like, what the fuck? Like, what am I gonna do? Because I'm not even supposed to be out this late now, you know? I'm not even supposed to be out this late. So I'm like, yo, if I call my parents, so they're probably gonna cuss my ass. But like, still, like, you know, I'm just like, yo, like, I shouldn't be out here. I shouldn't even be out this late. Like, you know, it's a weekday as well. My ass got school the next day. Why is it almost 2 o'clock in the morning and your ass is outside? So anyways, I'm talking to my girl now and I'm just like, okay, what should I do? Like, should I just stay on this bus? Because I keep getting off buses. And he just keeps following me off the buses. So should I just stay on the bus? Should I tell somebody, like, what the hell should I do, you know? She's like, yo, get off the bus, yo, what the hell? Like, don't stay on that bus. I'm like, true. I get off the bus. And I'm like, okay, like, let me just go back to the 85. Because the 85 was already there as well. Like, I feel like God was just blessing me with these buses. Because the way these buses were, like, just appearing in the station, like, I didn't even have to wait too long. These buses just kept coming. So I'm like, okay. So I go to the next 85 and I go on the 85. I'm still on the phone with my friend. And I'm just like, okay, I'm on the 85 now. And she's like, yo, do you see him? I didn't even bother to sit down. I just went to like one of the bus doors. And then I just stood there because I'm like, okay, I'm not even going to sit down. Because if he comes on this bus again, I'm getting off. And you guys are probably wondering, like, why didn't you say anything to him? I ain't saying shit to nobody. You're like, I'm not saying nothing. Why the hell you follow me? Period. Why do I need to say something to you? Do people not know human decency? Why are you following me? So I'm looking to see if he's, you know, gonna come on this bus. And I'm waiting there. And this time the bus driver for this third 85 bus I went on, the bus driver actually came out the bus and went inside the station to do who knows what. So I'm waiting there. And I'm not seeing the guy. So I'm like, okay, I assume he's still in the 85. So I'm like, okay, I'm telling my girl, I'm like, yo, I don't see him. I guess he's gone. Good. So she's like, okay, whatever. So I decided we were just going to stay on the phone anyways. So I go and sit down now. And now I'm waiting for the bus driver to get on the bus. Who do I see walk on the bus with the bus driver? Oh my God. The same nigga. I see him walk on the bus, same time the bus driver does. So bus driver goes in the seat, whatever. I quickly came off the bus. And now I'm like kind of panic. Like, I'm panicking even more because I'm like, yo, what the fuck? What the hell? Like, okay, that's just like, no. Like, I'm actually really being followed now. Like, I'm actually, okay. Like, your vibe wasn't lying. You actually really being followed. And I'm just questions appearing in my head. How long was this guy even following me for? Like, yo, like, did you follow me all the way from the west? Like, I live in the east side of Toronto. I live in the east side. I was in the west side. So, I'm like, yo, how far did this guy follow me? Yo, what the fuck? So, I get off the bus, and then I'm walking towards the station again. And I see the doors close, and then I see the bus drive off. So, I'm like, okay, he's still on it. So I'm like, yo, like, I'm on the phone still. And I'm like, yo, fam, like, yo, he's off, he's gone, thank God. So I go back to this bus time machine thingy, whatever you want to call it. And I see my bus says it's coming in like 5 minutes now. So I'm like, okay, Obviously, the last bus I'm gonna take is gonna take 5 minutes. So I'm like, all right, whatever. Let the bus that guy just went on, you know, go its distance so he can, like, you know, disappear. So now I'm on the phone and I'm like, yo, I hope he's gone. I hope, like, everything's good. She's like, yo, what the fuck? Like, we both kind of just tripping because it's like, she lives far from the station. So there's no way. And I did, like, we didn't drive. Like, at the time, we didn't drive, you know, we taking a bus, you know, we still in school and whatever. Like, this, like I said, this happened like a few years ago. So, you know, we're still in school and it's like, it's a weekday. Like I said, my ass should not be outside at no 2 o'clock in the morning on a weekday. That's why I didn't call my parents, because I was like, yo, I was kind of scared I was gonna get in trouble. So I didn't call them. Finally now my bus comes and I'm just like, okay, my bus is here. I go on the bus. The bus kind of chills there for like a few minutes. So I'm like blessed, like, you know, everything's kind of just taking its time. So I assume, I'm just like, yo, obviously the bus the guy's on is long gone by now. Like, it's been like 10 minutes, you know? So I'm just like, yo, the bus is gone. My nerves are back calm. I'm on the phone with my girl. And I'm just like, yo, good. So the bus finally leaves and I leave the station. I don't know what time it is at this point because the amount of times I was walking back and forth, like, I don't know what time it is at this point. My bus pulls out the station, and the station from my house, I would say, is about 20 minutes, half hour, depending on traffic, you know? So since it's late, I'd say 20 minutes. So this bus pulls out the station and drives off. We get to the first stop, lets people off, and I'm like, okay. I'm kind of just, you know, still like iffy because, you know, what the fuck? This nigga was just following me, you know? So I'm on the phone still, and me and her having this big up conversation. Like, we ain't even talking about this guy anymore. We talking about some next different stuff. A few more stops go by, and I'm just like, you know, obviously he's gone. So I'm completely like not thinking about this guy anymore. The bus goes a few more stops now, and it stops at this intersection. The doors open. I swear to God, when I say this same nigga, popped up, yo, like, I swear to God, my heart fell down to my ass. Like, I was sitting in the very back of the bus too, because that's just my spot. I don't really like sitting anywhere else. I just like sitting in the back. Like, I swear to God, I see the bus doors open and I see the same guy. And he's the first guy too. The first person. I'd say about 3 other people walked on the bus with him. He's the first person to walk on the bus. Yo. I'm on the phone still, right? And I'm just like, yo, my heart. He walked on the bus and he I don't even know if he paid. Like, the way he came on and just walked straight down the middle of the bus all the way to me. And where does he sit? The man sat right beside me, 2 seats away from me, bro. I was just like shocked. I'm like, bro. I didn't, but I'm on the phone and I'm like, yo, I'm on mute. I was just like in shock. I'm like, there is no way this guy really just popped up on the bus again. Mind you, the stop that he came on is like a few stops away from the station. Like, it's not like, oh, he came on like 2 stops, you know? Nah, this guy went a distance and waited there for my bus to come. Like, I was just like, hell nah, like, you wildin'. So I'm like, yo, so I'm shocked. I'm just like sitting there, you know. What do? I just like panic. Like, I'm full panic mode, but my panic mode was just like sitting there, like, I didn't say nothing. I'm just like, yo, I'm ready to square up whatever you are, bro. I'm ready. I'm just ready to fight, bro. So I'm just like, yo, I'm tensing up. I'm just, kind of just fixing up myself, like if I'm really out here fighting mads, So like, bruh, he gets up, like it's like he felt my fear, bruh, cause I was tripping. And he gets up, and it's like he's having a temper tantrum because he gets up and he walks the door, he hits the door. So I'm just like, okay, oh hell nah, oh hell nah. Like what you mad about? And it's weird because it's like he's not saying anything to me. And I'm like, okay, there's no way now I'm getting off this bus because it's late, one. And if I get off the bus, it's not like there's a huge chance that there's going to be a bunch of other people standing at that stop I'm getting off at. So I'm thinking about my safety. And I'm just like, bruh, do I call the police? Like, do I tell the bus driver? What the, yo, I don't know. Like, my mind is just empty. I didn't know what the hell to do. So I'm on the phone, and while he walked off, I'm like, yo, fam, the guy just came on the bus. And she's like, oh, hell, no, you lying. So she's like, call your dad. I'm like, nah, I'm gonna get in trouble. Like, yo, my parents gonna beat my ass. Like, they probably gonna meet me at this stop and just whip my ass right there, bro. Like, nah. He's like, literally, like, doing the most. When I tell you this guy is doing the most, and I'm just like, okay, like, I have to clearly stay on this bus now. Because like I was saying, if I get off the bus, who knows? He could come off the bus with me, Now follow me, who knows where, because now I'm walking and I don't know where the hell I'm going. At this point, I was just telling myself there's nothing I could do. Obviously, there's a bunch of things that you could do, but my mind was just on like, how am I going to get home? So I'm just trying to just figure out what the hell I'm going to do. And my girl's on the phone, and it's like, what the hell is she going to do? She's on the phone. What's she going to pull up? What is she going to do? She's on the phone, and she lives far. It's not like she lives close, Anyways, I'm just like kind of freaking out now. And I'm like, yo, I'm stuck on this bus with this weirdo. Bus is driving, and it's driving because, like I said, it's late. So not many people are on the bus. I swear there's like 2 other people on the bus with us. And there's nobody waiting for the bus. So the bus is just going. So I'm like, yo, I'm getting closer to my stop. Girl, you didn't make up your mind. So I'm like, bro, either get off a stop before your stop or a stop after. I decided I was going to get off a stop after my stop because the stop before my stop, I was still in the middle of trying to make up a decision. So I ended up missing it anyways. I get off the stop after, and the way I got off, I had to like kind of sneak off the bus. Thank God it wasn't me that pushed the button thingy, whatever you want to call it. But when the people were coming off the bus, it's like he was watching them. So when he was watching them, I quickly just snuck off, pressed the handle, and then waited for the doors to open that split second before they opened. And I just bolted. I just ran. I was just running. Now I'm on the phone. You probably hear the wind. And I'm running down the street. I went a far way home. Like, when I finally got to my house, everyone was sleeping. So it was kind of like a thank God I got home safe, because, bruh, like, it was just weird. Like, but it was like a win-win for me because everyone was sleeping, so I got to, go in and go to my room and go to bed. Honestly, I would say to avoid issues like that, females, especially because, obviously we know that there's males out there that have to deal with things like this too. But for females especially, like, try not to leave your house so late, especially knowing if you have to go home far, like, and take the bus, public transit, whatever. Try not to leave your house so late, and stop trying to call your friends thinking that your friend on the phone can help you. Your friend cannot save you. They're on the phone. If anything happens to you, bruh, your friend's just gonna hear it all. That's all they can really do. And yeah, they can call the police and, you know, but the police, who knows? Who knows about the police nowadays? I don't know. Who knows about them? But yeah, follow me on all my social medias. I'm going to post them down below, and hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and click that post notification bell for more videos.